What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. It's James here. Good morning. And it's Q&A Friday. Super excited to jump online with you guys, to help you guys out, grow your sales in your business in 2023 and beyond. And today is Q&A Friday. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What is going on? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, whether you're watching me live or you're watching me on a replay. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Super excited to get on the line with you guys. So on Fridays, I want to be able to answer any questions you guys have. I'll be here to answer any question you guys have. What's up, Charlie? How are you, man? What time is it right now? They should be opening in about an hour, Charlie. In about an hour. Right around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're welcome, dude. What's up, Steve? How are you? Mr. Steve, what's going on, buddy? What is going on? How you guys doing over there? How you doing over there, Steve, in Florida? How you liking it? How are you liking it? I'm just making sure that I'm streaming as well. Awesome. Yeah, I do. I actually wear glasses, Steve. I wear glasses, yeah, so I can see close pretty good. But yeah, when it gets a little bit further out, I gotta wear my glasses. I do, yes. I gotta come in. Plus, to top it off, I have a light right here. It's a big, gigantic light, literally on my face, so it kind of blinds me a little bit. That's another reason why I gotta get closer. Finally, I was able to go to the coffee shop today because the last 3 days were not snowed in, we're like iced in Texas. It wasn't snow, it was like ice. Maybe some of you guys can relate if you guys are in Texas. Over the last couple of days, it's been cold, icy, and finally got to go out today. Charlie in Houston, the sun's probably out, right? Awesome. Charlie, most common objection Charlie gets, I'm not interested, right? So there's 3 things why they're not interested, okay? Obviously, you gotta have to have a pretty solid pitch, but you need to isolate why they're not interested, okay? They're not either, it's gonna be the person, the product, or the price, okay? So you need to really understand, and you need to ask the homeowner, hey, normally homeowners move forward when we get to this point of the presentation. Just want to let you know, just want to ask you, right? What are some of your objections? But you want to get down to the product, price, or person, right? Ideally, it's not necessarily a person, meaning that they don't know, like, and trust you. That you can eliminate that part of it, hopefully, right? So now we're talking about the product or price is going to be isolated in those 2 things. But we also before you start kind of shotgun blasting and just throwing out, other added value, right? Like, hey, you got to think about it. That's cool. But, you're going to save money. You're going to lock in your rate. It's going to increase your property value. Before you just shotgun blast the value of going solar again, which is like some of the sales reps' natural tendency, especially when you're new. You need to really isolate, okay, why isn't Mr. and Mrs. Smith moving forward? And once you isolate whether it's a price or a product objection, then now you'll be able to dive in that particular question that they're having still, right? That's why throughout the consultation, you need to be asking the homeowner, hey, does that make sense, right? Does that make sense? Meaning that, does that make sense for this particular topic that I'm talking about? For example, if I'm going over like the size of the system, and then I'm going over, we use Solo, so I'm not sure what you guys use, but this can be done with any software. So, for example, if you're going over the proposal and you're going over the system design, and hey, Mr. Smith, this is a 10 kilowatt system. That just means there's, say, for example, 25 solar panels and one inverter, right? The inverter is the heart of the system. What it does is it converts the energy from the solar panels to usable energy that you use to power like your fridge. Does that make sense, John and Rebecca? Right? So I get a clarification every single time I'm explaining something. And if that made sense, then I'm moving forward to the next part of the presentation. What a lot of folks do is they kind of glance over, not glance, but they explain that even if they explain it the same exact way I explained it, but they don't get clarification. They move on to the next part of the presentation. But if the homeowner has a question, say for example, with modules or inverters, but you didn't get clarification if they understood that or not, they're going to be wondering that the whole time when you're presenting, right? They're going to be thinking about it. They're going to be thinking about it. They're not even going to be focused on your presentation because they have this question in their mind, right? They have this question in mind. It's kind of lingering. And what happens is if you're not getting clarification throughout your consultation on every topic that you're talking about, when you ask for the sale in the end, it's going to come down to, let me think about it. Or more than likely, right? You're going to have a higher percentage of homeowners telling you, let me think about it, if you're not getting clarifications throughout your consultation. And it can be done throughout the consultation, meaning that if you're going over the electric bill, hey, Mrs. Smith, this is how the electric bill works. You're buying, say, for example, if it's a tier system, you're buying energy, on tier number 1. And as you consume more and more energy, you move up to tier number 2, and so on and so forth. As you consume more energy. Does that make sense? Say, for example, if you're going over the kilowatt hour usage, things like that. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Awesome. Then you move forward to the next thing, right? And you also have to understand the cues as far as their verbal cues. If you ask, hey, does that make sense, Charlie? And they go like, yeah. That's not necessarily a confident yes, right? When you ask the question, hey, does that make sense, Charlie? They should be saying, yeah, that makes sense. But if they go, yeah, there's still something there that they're hung up on. And if you move forward from there and you just accepted a yeah answer because you're assuming, okay, it made sense to them, and you don't understand that kind of response, a non-confident response, they're just not, they still have questions. And if you move on and you went on to the next topic with a yeah answer, now when you do ask for the sale later, you're going to have a harder time closing it because there's going to be a lot of questions still that are not answered. And they're going to say, hey, let me just think about it. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, it goes the exact same way. Hey, no worries. Right. Let me send you some information so you know what you're saying no to, right? Not interested. Because you can't, it's kind of ignorant for somebody to say, I'm not interested, if you didn't really go over what you're presenting to them. Does that make sense? If I knock on the door and if someone says, hey, not interested, kind of ignorant. Because I could be here knocking the door and say, hey, I'm going to give you, $500. Or, hey, here's a brand new car on the driveway. I was just going to give you the keys. What do you mean not interested? Right? So in your mind, you should always think about, well, shoot, I haven't given you anything to be interested about. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that, hey, no worries. Obviously, I wouldn't be interested either if I didn't know what the offer is or what I'm here for. Right? So it has to be some kind of a humorous reply, but also gets them to think like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even know what you're here for. Right? You can't say I'm not interested at the door if you literally just knocked on the door and they said not interested, right? Hey, no worries. If I was in a situation and I didn't know why I'm here or this guy's here, I wouldn't be interested either, right? But no worries. We're not selling anything, right? So it's always putting those guards down, because what happens is if you're at the door, people already brainwashed, right? Or already programmed. When people knock on my door and they're not my family, they're not my friends, and it's unexpected, and they're sitting there with a clipboard, I'm already thinking, oh crap, here he goes again, right? This guy or this gal is going to try to sell me something. Okay. So we're going to have to try to diffuse that as much as I can. It's like, hey, no worries. Somebody knocked on my door too. I didn't know what they're offering. I probably wouldn't be interested either. But just to let you know, Charlie, I'm not here to sell you anything, right? So just relax. I'm not here to sell you anything. We're just here, Then now it's a casual conversation, right? We're just here, going around the neighborhood. We're gonna be here next couple of days where there's this program where you can actually save money off your electric bill. It can range from 10 to 40%. But yeah, we're just scheduling appointments to see who qualifies for it. All we need is a copy of your electric bill so we can create a design for you and see if you guys qualify. It's like you're just having a conversation. A lot of times people make it too difficult, right? It's their pitch not clear and concise. And again, the majority of people at the door, they're not interested, right? That's why it's our job as a door-to-door person cold calling, a person running ads online, even running ads online, right? They're not initially interested, right? You're getting ads in front of them. They're not initially interested. But it's our job as a marketer, because at that point you're putting on your marketing hat, you're marketing, right, Charlie? So that means that it's your job to pique curiosity, right? It's your job to pique that curiosity, whether you're doing it at the door or you're running ads online, it's the same exact thing. Let me pique curiosity. And then from there, let me get that appointment so I can give you more information. Let me give you some information so you know what you're saying no to, right? Does that make sense? Let me give you some information so you know what you're saying no to. Because they're already saying no at the door, but they haven't got any information. So that's just nonsense, right? It's kind of ignorant. Like, you don't even know what you're saying no to, even if it's not a consultation. Even if it's not a consultation, let me just get my pitch out, right? So at least from there, you can say no. You can make a decision and say no because now you got the information. So at least you know what you're saying no to. But when they're opening the door and they're saying not interested, to me, I'm just like, okay, that's kind of ignorant because I didn't say anything yet. You know what I mean? So at that point, assume that they already think you're going to sell them something and be like, hey, no worries. I'm not here to sell you anything. So if you start out with that, hey, I'm not here to sell you anything, right? Now their guards are down because, again, subconsciously, we've been trained to, I guess, feel like if somebody's knocking at the door, we're already trained that, you know what, this person's going to sell me something. So just jump right into it. If they're like, yeah, hey, no worries. I know you're busy. I'm not here to sell you anything, right? So even if that was your starting statement, right? I know you're busy, because now you're already getting in front of the objection. I'm not going to wait for you to tell me I'm busy, right? Hey, I know you're busy. Sounds like you got kids back there. So I know you're super busy. But just keep in mind, I'm not here to sell you anything. My colleagues and I are out here talking to homeowners, seeing if we can save them money. There's a rebate program right now. There's only a certain people that qualify for the program. We're out here to see if homeowners qualify, right? So it's like, it's a simple conversation. And I think we just make it harder on ourselves because we're trying to put too much sales into it. When you sound too salesy at the door, then they're going to be like, this is another sales pitch, but if you just have a conversation, be like, hey, I'm not here to sell you anything, and just tell them what you're there for without all the sales gimmick, then you won't be like the other guys and gals out there trying to sell something. Okay. Absolutely, Theo. I don't sell systems. I educate and explain Mr. Homeowner. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, man. Yeah, so and if you guys have any other suggestions for me personally, right? As you can see, I have a different pitch, and I'm not a door-to-door person, but that's how I would pitch it at the door, because I literally haven't knocked doors for the last probably 7+ years. I did it for the first year of my career in solar because I didn't know any other strategies to generate leads. I did it for a whole year straight. I did the door-to-door, standing in front of Leslie Poole's farmers markets, right? A lot of Home Depots, because at the time I was working with Solar City, we had the big box store. We had Home Depots. We had Best Buy at the time. And then we were there at Home Depots trying to generate and serve activity. But again, it's just one of those things, just having a conversation. Don't make it awkward. Put the guards down really quickly, right? Hey, I know I caught you in a bad time. Seems like you're busy, right? If they're on the phone or something, right? And they're walking up to the door to open the door like this and just put the phone down. It's just understanding the cues, right? Because they're busy. I mean, you literally interrupted them, okay? Nobody wants to be interrupted by a stranger at the door, okay? Nobody does. So I sure don't. I'm pretty sure like 99.9 of the population don't like people popping up at their door trying to sell them something. So now knowing that people don't like people knocking on their door trying to sell them something. So those two things. So now the first thing you say, hey, I know I caught you at a bad time. Looks like you're busy. Just really quick, I'm not here to sell you anything, right? Can I get 30 seconds of your time? Right? So like literally asking approval that, hey, can I get 30 seconds of your time? They're like, oh, yeah, go ahead, right? Because you already defused the situation. Does that make sense? Knowing that homeowners don't want to be bothered, right? And secondly, they don't want to be sold to. So might as well defuse that right away. Those two things as soon as they open the door. Okay. It's getting hot. It's getting hot here. What else you guys got? That's good. That's good, Charlie. What else you guys got? What else you guys got? Again, at the end of the day, we want to help you close more deals in 2023, right? That's all. That's why I'm live here every single day, guys. You see anybody else in the solar industry that are leaders in the industry per se, that have many years in solar, that literally logs on live every day with you guys? Doesn't matter if you work with me or not. We want to help, right? We want to help. So put your questions in the comments. Whatever you guys have, throw it in there. If you guys currently aren't making multiple seven figures in solar, then you guys should have questions. Okay. And again, we didn't make the multiple seven figures right from the get-go. Okay. It wasn't like that. I started out just like all you guys, just like you guys. I started out knocking on doors, but I didn't have a coach. I wasn't able to log into a YouTube live and ask like experts, like, hey, you know, I got this going on. You guys literally have me here for at least 30 minutes and just let you guys know, like, I'm not trying to brag or anything, right? I'm not trying to throw in numbers out there. I mean, dude, I'm the most chilled. Even when we're making 10, 20, $30 million a year, it's going to be the same old me plugging on here live with you guys, right? But I just want to share with you guys the experiences that I went through as a solar consultant, because some of you guys are new. Some of you guys probably been in solar for a year or two. And if you're not making multiple seven figures in solar, you guys should have a ton of questions there, right? Just to let you guys know, because I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you guys, right? You guys aren't on my team, right? I mean, I don't think so. Some of you guys maybe. But you guys, I am not like benefiting from you guys financially, right? But I do want to benefit as far as you guys seeing you guys' success in 2023, right? Seeing a comment like, dude, I was able to, move. I was able to, with these strategies you taught throughout the year, I was able to put my kids in private school or move to a better location, or now we're financially free, or now we have time freedom. That's it, right? That's the only accolades that we're looking for is to help you be a little part of your success, right? Be a little part of your success. That's it. All right, guys. What's your hook to get them interested on cold calls? This is a good one. Wow, right? I cannot share this with you guys. This is proprietary to us, so I'll make it a little blurry, right? But I'm gonna give you guys some of it. Okay. I don't know how much I can give as far as giving all of it, but it's literally these are the two that we use. Okay. That was a really good question. Who is that? Is that Vincent? Hold on. Who was that? Francis. This is a really good one. Okay. You're talking. Okay. So there's different cold calls, right? So you got to categorize different cold calls. And if you have Solar Pipeline, right? If you guys haven't checked out Solar Pipeline, check it out, solarpipeline.com. If you guys haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, make sure you guys do that, right? Some of the names on here are familiar to me. Theo Rosenberg, he's one of our students. Also, Steve. Charlie is one of the founding members of Solar Pipeline. Excuse me. If you guys haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, book a call. It's 30 minutes, absolutely free, no strings attached, right? At solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. We literally set aside 30 minutes to chat with you to see if we can help you out, right? Whether you join one of our training programs or not, it's non-biased. We're going to give you our opinion on how to grow your business, and you decide from there. It's just like solar, right? We're here to educate the homeowner, and it's up to them to make a decision whether or not solar is for them. Okay. So this one's for Francis. This is a really good one. I don't know how much, I can't go through the whole thing. I'm just going to let you guys know. I cannot go through this whole thing because these two, this is literally the pitch that Francis is asking for. These two pitches, the cold call pitch was revised and given to me by one of our coaches 2 days ago, right? It's been sitting on my desk like this, right? And I'm going to share a few things with you. Okay. So really quick. So you're saying like a hook, right? So for a hook, if it's a person that, say, for example, they're a little warmer, maybe you're running ads or maybe you're buying leads, right? This is going to be not so completely cold, right? So this means that they opted in some point, whether they opted in yesterday or they opted into a form to learn about solar a year or two ago, like age data, right? What's up, Bruce? What's going on, man? So what's up, Vincent? How are you, man? How can I join your team? Vincent, book a call, solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. We can answer that for you, okay, Vincent? Solarstrategycall.com. All right, so that's some context. This is a lead that's opted in somewhere. I can't go through this whole thing, but I will give you the hook part. You could say something in the lines of, awesome. Hey, James, how's it going? Right? Because you already have the name. You sound like a friend already. They're like, who's this kind of thing, right? Awesome, right? They're gonna be like, oh, I'm good. Awesome. Hey, my name is Francis, right? I promise I'm not a sales guy. I'm calling you because I got the request you submitted for more information on your option for solar on your home. Sorry it's taking me so long to get back to you. We've been slammed with a request, right? So what has you looking for solar, right? So what has you looking for into solar? Okay, that's all I can share for right now. Because we are revising this. This is something proprietary to our appointment setting team, right? So again, this is more like a context of somebody opted in, right? Sorry, I haven't gotten back to you, right? Or what did he put? Sorry, it's taking me so long to get back to you. Okay, so like, so now they're thinking like, shoot, okay, yeah, I did submit a form, right? So sorry, it's been so long to get back to you. We've been slammed with requests, right? Like, oh, I've been so busy. Even if you weren't busy, right? Even though you got nothing on your calendar, it's always having a perception that you're super busy, right? We've been super slammed with requests. So what has you looking into solar, right? And then now you kind of go from there, okay? So that's one. The second one is basically, this is completely cold, right? This one's a completely cold call, okay? So same thing. Hey, James, how's it going? Right? Assume it's a friend already. Good. Awesome, man. Don't hate me, but you don't know me, right? You're just jumping right into it. You don't know me, and this is clearly a cold call. My name is Francis, and the reason I'm calling is we're working with homeowners in your area, right? You can say the area, and in the Frisco area or whatever, right? A specific area, about the recent rate increases that you noticed from the utility company. Did you see that in the mail? Right? So basically, let me say this again, because I literally read this 2 times yesterday. I was like, this is good, but obviously I wasn't prepared to pitch this. Awesome. Don't hate me, but you don't know me, right? And this is clearly a cold call. So now it's like, they already know, right? I'm not trying to say this isn't a cold call. This is completely a cold call. So, it's diffusing the situation. My name is Francis, and the reason I'm calling you is we're working with homeowners in your area about the recent rate increases noticed from the XYZ utility company. Did you see that in the mail? No, I haven't. Then that's when you kind of dive into it, right? No, I haven't. Cool, man. Let me dive into it. Okay. So those would be like the two intros that I can share with you guys. And obviously, okay, I don't, obviously there's a lot. That's the intro, and there's like 2 pages, right? 2 pages long. And the same thing with this one, right? And it's like 1.5 pages long. Okay. So again, make sure you guys book your solar strategy call. We would love to help you guys out, right? These are the things that we teach you guys, right? Doesn't matter where you're at. We literally help thousands of consultants get into solar, right? Thousands. We've been doing this for 4.5+ years. We help so many people get into solar directly and indirectly through our videos, right? Make sure that you guys book a solar strategy call. I can't stress this enough, right? Start investing in yourself. Start investing in yourself, and make sure you implement the things that you learn. Okay, guys? Make sure to implement what you guys learn. Because at the end of the day, this sounds good, right? But who here wrote something down? Who here actually had a notepad, a pen and a pad, and wrote things down, right? Because it's nice to just sit here and listen, right? Oh, that's cool, man. That's freaking awesome. But it's one of those things where you take it to the next level. It's listening, right? Write things down and then implementing it. Okay, implementing it. Because you guys know, right? I go through this every single time I'm live, because I really want you guys to understand, because there's a lot of new people that join us live that haven't joined us yet, right? Because some of you guys already know this, right? And you're like, oh, I know, James, I know. But again, sometimes I gotta beat it like a dead horse for it to really resonate in people's mind, right? In your brain. So if I had 3 measuring sticks here, right? These are 3. If I don't have three arms, but say for example, there's one here, and there's another one here. There's 3 here, right? So here, this is the measuring stick, and on the top of this, right? The top of this measuring stick is the pinnacle of your career, your sales knowledge, marketing knowledge, the pinnacle of your knowledge, right? When you're here, up here, you literally know everything you need to know to be super uberly successful in solar. Okay, this is the measuring stick right here in the middle, right? Because there's one here, there's one in the middle. This one here in the middle is your action taking skills, right? Action taking. This next one here, right, is your income, the measuring stick. So meaning that if this is the top of your learning curve, this is the top of your knowledge, and obviously there's always something to learn. But if it was the top and your implementation skills are down here, guess what? Even though you know everything, every little thing about solar, your income has a direct correlation of the implementation that you do based on the knowledge that you learn. Okay. So if you implement down here, your income right here, remember this other one? If I had a third arm, it would be here. This would be down here too. This is your income. Okay. This is your income. So it's not just knowing the information, it's implementing the information, because this is the catalyst of your income. This here in the middle is the catalyst, right? Meaning this is what's going to catapult your income based on the action taking that you do with the information that you receive. Does that make sense, everybody? I'm a freaking action taker, guys. Guess why? Guess the reason why I'm live every single day, not just to help you guys. The reason why is my coach was telling me, hey, dude, you need to be on social media more. You got to give more value, right? You got to literally be live every single day. I'm like, okay, I'm live now every single day. Starting January, I've been live every single day, right? I'm not asking for anything. There's no monetary thing I'm asking for you guys. I'm just live. I'm just coachable. If somebody tells me, if one of my reputable coaches tell me, you should do this in your business to grow your business, then that's what I'm going to do, right? I learn here. I probably don't even learn the pinnacle, right? My learning, the knowledge I learn is probably here, right around here halfway. But my action taking skills are right with it. Okay, it's right with it. Every time I learn something, action taking, boom, income increases. Right? Learn something some more, action taking, increase. Does that make sense, everybody? Because there's not going to be one little thing There is not one silver bullet, pow. And then now you opened up the floodgates and now you're closing, 10, 20 plus deals every single month. It's just not out there. Okay. There's not a magic wand, bing. You're going to close every single deal with one thing. It's a stackable, right? It's a stackable knowledge. You got to keep stacking your knowledge, stacking your knowledge, stacking your knowledge, stacking your knowledge. And on top of that, you got to take action. A lot of people stack and stack knowledge, right? Then they forget. They stack and stack and stack and they forget, but there's no action taking skills. This one here in the middle, right here, is what's going to change your life. Okay, everybody? This here is going to change your life. I guarantee you, right? The catalyst, the action taking. Okay, so do me a favor. When you guys are here on this live, take notes. And not only take notes, right? That's halfway there. Take notes and implement the things that I'm teaching you guys, okay? Take notes and implement the things I'm teaching you, okay? Every single meeting that I have every single day, like literally I have notes and notes and notes of it, right? These are my notes every single day when I have a meeting. I went back old school, right? My mother-in-law carries around a notebook, right? A literal notebook like this one. And I used to always me and my wife and I always kind of bag on her. Like she's literally running her multi-million-dollar businesses on a notebook. And I'm like, why don't you get an iPad and this, that, and the other, right? An iPad Pro. And I started using iPad Pro. It got too technical. I got so distracted because you guys know when you're on devices, right? Say you're working, you're using an iPad Pro, for example. You're on a device and there's a alert or notification pops up. Oh, somebody posted something on Facebook. They posted their dog, right? And now you're like, click. And then now you're on Facebook freaking for 30 minutes, So I went back to an old school notebook. I'm actually more productive on this notebook than I am on iPad, So again, make sure you guys take notes and implement. I cannot stress that enough, guys. I cannot, right? I cannot stress that enough. Okay, everybody? Yeah, you're welcome, Vincent. James is holding gold in his hand. It's more expensive. It's more valuable than gold, right? I mean, this is literally the keys to your success. I'm not going to tell and teach you guys anything that hasn't worked for us, okay? We're literally, myself and my team are the crash test dummies for you guys. Okay, we're already going through it. We're stumbling. We're the ones doing all the things that didn't work, and I'm giving you the things that do work, minus all the things that did not work. Okay, and I'm not saying that because it didn't work for us, it's not going to work for you. But again, I just want to cut the learning curve for you. If I already touched the hot stove and I say, "Ooh, that's hot," and I'm telling you guys it's hot, more than likely, just believe me that it's hot. Okay. Because I'm not going to steer you guys in the wrong direction. I'm not going to teach you guys something that we don't do ourselves, just to let you guys know, okay? These are proven strategies, methodologies to grow your business, okay? These are proven. That's the key word, it's proven. Hey, you're very welcome, Charlie. Thank you for going live every day. I try to be here every single one of them, okay? You guys got me here for free, okay? Just let you guys know, we literally have coaching programs that range from $5,000 on up, and you guys have me here for free, right? So whatever you guys got, put it in there. Freaking bombard the chat with questions, okay? Whatever it is, no question is a dumb question. Doesn't matter if you're just getting started and you're like, how much do I get paid in solar? Or it doesn't matter. There ain't no dumb questions here, guys. There's no dumb questions, okay? Bruce. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of folks out there that are going to say, yeah, you should do this, you should do that, right? This is one barometer you guys need to understand, okay? One barometer. Because a lot of people, this is sales, right? I don't like using the word sales, but at the end of the day, we're still categorized as sales, okay? A lot of sales guys, they talk. Yappa, yappa, yap, yap, I'm a closer. I'm a killer, bro. Sorry. I'm a killer. I'm a closer. I've been selling stuff since I was 6 years old, selling lemonade, and I can sell ice to a freaking Eskimo, bro. I'm a closer. And they go to your sales meeting, right? Just look, because at the end of the day, I don't say judge, but just look. Those guys and gals, more guys than gals, they pull up in a freaking beat up Toyota freaking 1982 Prius, right? They're a closer. They drive to the local, McDonald's every day because they just can't afford a decent, good, healthy meal. They drive back home, maybe to their mom's basement, or maybe to the not so great neighborhood, right? And they own their own place, but they're a closer. They're a beast, right? Just watch. Just watch. And the reason I'm saying that is to watch, not judge, just watch. Be careful who you following. The fruits aren't going to lie, right? The fruits are not going to lie. So listen to them, watch their actions because I'm a closer. But look at the fruits, okay? The fruits are not going to lie. What does the production look like, right? Do you have like a fake Rolex on? I don't know, got to watch. You know what I mean? I literally don't have a watch right now, right? I have a what's it, Apple Watch. These folks walk in the sales meeting with some fake ass. I'm not even gonna go there. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. The main thing is just watch. Don't judge. Just watch these actions. And like what Bruce saying, right? Be careful who you're listening to, because a lot of folks are yappy yappy yappa, right? Maybe that's the sorority they're in, right? And they're yappa yappa yappa. You don't want to be in a yappa yappa sorority. Yappa yappa yappa. That's a good one. I just crack myself. I wish I can hear you guys. I wish I can hear you guys and laugh with me. That's a good one, right? Because my daughter is going to school out here, and there's these different sororities. Obviously, every single sorority is gonna be a little different, right? So the yappa 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 sorority, right? Don't be in that one. Okay. Yeah. That's a good one. I'm gonna use that one now in my sales video. Who's in the yappa sorority out here? And they're like, oh, me. You don't want to be in that sorority, bro. You don't want to be in that one. That's so spot on, James. Thank you, man. Thank you. and then this, I'm gonna move on after this one, okay? One last things with a yappa yappa sorority. Don't be intimidated by the numbers they have on the board, okay? Sales managers are always gonna praise the yappa yappa yappas, okay? Because they're trying to inspire you, okay? Yappa 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 sorority over here, they're top of the leaderboard. Yeah, good job, Mike. I mean, you're closing 15 deals this month. What's going on with the rest of you guys? Yappa yappa sorority is killing it. But if you look over here in the cancellation rate, which your manager is not going to show you, yappa yappa's cancellation rate is just the same as the deals that they closed over here. So at the end of the day, like what Bruce is saying, is glass really getting on rooftops? Is glass really getting on rooftops? Because at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? At the end of the day, even if you don't have a high closer over here, they're closing 3, 4, 5 deals a month, right? But those deals, because they're not in a yappa sorority, they're in an actual closer sorority, but they're the chill ones. They're just doing their thing, watching everybody else yappa yappa yappa. Those deals that this guy and gal is selling, they're not the top of the leaderboard, but guess what? They are on the top of the leaderboard over here. If your manager showed you as far as glass getting on rooftops. Right? But they won't show you that one. They won't show you all the cancellation rate that the yappa yappa is doing. But they will show you, right? At the end of the day, who's putting glass on rooftops. Okay? That's what we need to be. That's the barometer that we need to use, whether or not you're a closer, like a real closer, right? If glass is on rooftop. Not this number over here. This number over here don't mean nothing. Right? That mean nothing to us. It's great. It's a good starting point. But I already know, right? I already know because you get those guys and more guys and gals in your team. Managers and leaders already know, even higher executives already know, yeah, that guy's closing a lot, but they already know what the pull through rate is. Very low, right? They already know. All right, guys. The reason why I'm saying that is because I've been in a situation. This is sales, right? And when you're at the office, you get intimidated. You work your butt off every single month. You're like, damn, John's killing it again. That dude closed like 15. I barely got like 8. You know what I mean? Killing it, right? But the true testament is over here, right? That true number on glass getting on rooftop, from closed to glass on rooftop, what is that percentage, right? That's the one that's most important, right? Right over here, right? Does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. You got me fired up, man. Got me fired up. Other than that, any other questions, guys? Any other questions? I got like 5 more minutes. I got to get off at 10:45. I got to get ready for our coaching session. For those of you guys, again, for those of you guys that haven't booked your free solar strategy call yet, we have thousands of people, right? Thousands of people throughout the years getting to solar. Make sure you book your solar strategy call, right? It's absolutely free. SolarStrategyCall.com. SolarStrategyCall.com. Okay? SolarStrategyCall.com. Absolutely, Bruce. My guilty pleasure, dude. It's what is my guilty pleasure right now? I honestly feel, because we're home a lot, right? My guilty pleasure is like time when I can watch like a movie, either with myself or on my phone, like on Netflix, or watch a movie with the family. Because sometimes too, like I feel like I'm wasting time, right? Sometimes I call it quits early because my brain is just like about to explode, and I call it quits like 5-ish, 6 o'clock. And some days, not all the time. And I tend to like, I'm gonna go watch a movie or something on my phone, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm also a little guilty about it. I feel like there's so many things to do. I'm over here just chilling on the couch, right? And just like watching a movie that's like an hour and a half or 2 hours long. But I'll take the other one back. Chilling with the kids, watching a movie, that's not really a guilty pleasure of mine. That's an enjoyable, worth it time. But the guilty pleasure is with myself. Like if I just watch it for myself, if I'm sharing like a movie with a family and kids, I don't mind. I'll sit there 2-3 hours. We watched Avatar like 2 weeks ago. That sucker was almost 3 hours long, right? my son, right? His name is Jax. He's 7 years old. He's bugging me, right? Dad, we gotta watch Avatar. We gotta watch Avatar. But we were vacationing at the time. We were in Arizona. I said, you know what? When we get back to Texas, I'll take you guys to go watch Avatar, right? Okay. I think we got back to Texas like Tuesday. And I told him Friday, I'll take you guys to Avatar, right? Every single day, a couple times out a day. Cool. When are we going to watch Avatar? How many more sleeps, right? How many more sleeps, right? So finally, the day came to go watch Avatar, right? Hour into the movie, he's like nudging me like, Dad, this is taking too long, right? He falls asleep and stuff like that at the movie theater. But the point is, spending time with a family, 2-3 hours to go watch a movie, or even just movie nights. We normally do movie nights for the kids. That one necessarily, I take that back. That's not a guilty pleasure of mine. That's an enjoyable pleasure. But the guilty pleasure, if I do it by myself, I feel like I'm being selfish. I'm just watching a movie by myself because it's an adult film, right? It's an adult film. You guys can't watch this one. It says bad words, Good question, Charlie. Hey, Dylan. I don't know if you answered already, but I have an appointment with someone that is very knowledgeable in solar, and he is shopping around. How do you approach this to get the sale? This is a really good one, right? Really good one. So if they're already knowledgeable, they already shopped around, they already talked to a lot of people, right? I dive right into it and I say, hey, Dylan, how many consultants have you already spoken to? Oh man, I spoke to like 3 consultants already. And I know about solar and I'm an engineer and I know everything about solar, right? I don't know what accent that is, but it's just a different voice of mine. Uh, um, cool. Sounds good, John. So, just out of curiosity, you sat down with 3, 4 guys already out here. You literally, that's awesome that you know everything about solar. So, out of curiosity, why haven't you moved forward yet? It sounds like you're still looking for something, right? What is that thing that you're looking for? Now you just narrowed it down and now you only got to answer 1 or 2 things, okay? Because keep in mind, the person that knows everything already, that had 2 or 3 other consultants in their home, that just tells me that those other 2 or 3 consultants that was there in a home previously wasn't able to give that homeowner exactly what they want because they weren't clear and concise, right? So if I'm the second or third person up there already, I'm going to be clear and concise. That's awesome. You know everything you need about solar. You already spoke with 2 or 3 other consultants. What else is there is missing? Why haven't you moved forward with yet then? Oh, it's because they got the 5-year workmanship. I want the 10-year workmanship, right? They said that and write the stuff down, right? 10-year work. Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah, they said the inverter, solar bed, something like that. They said it was a 10-year warranty, right? Why isn't it 25? The panels and modules are 25. Oh, okay. Inverter warranty. Anything else? Right? Now you're just getting to the nitty gritty because you don't got to go through a whole spiel because those other 2 or 3 reps already did all that for you. Just dive in there, see what's missing, fill in the gaps, what's missing, and then you're closing the deal. Does that make sense? It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple, but we overcomplicate it because we're not asking questions to help us close the deal. We're kind of shotgun blasting them. Oh, you're going to save money, right? You're going to own it, federal tax credit, increased property value. That's probably not what they're looking for. So identify exactly the reason why they have not moved forward yet. Provide exactly that, and they're signing on the dotted line. Okay. He said the prices were just too high for him, right? What are the prices? Send you over the proposal, right? Send it over. Let me take a look at it because obviously, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, there's going to be an array of solar panels, warranties, right? There's different value for every single energy savings report that you get. So for example, if you go to the Toyota dealership right now, you can get a base Toyota Corolla for $10,000. Or you can add on an air conditioner, a navigation, premium wheels that is going to cost more. So it's the same exact thing with solar, but without seeing the actual proposal, I can't tell you whether or not you're getting a good deal, right? So do me a favor, Dylan, shoot me over what you have. Let me compare apples to apples and let's see. And at the end of the day, let me just use my expert opinion and let me look at the proposals. And then from there, if those are way better and more superior than our proposal, then I'll just steer you in the right direction, right? Because again, I want to earn your business. But if our service, our warranties, our panels are inferior than your other quotes, then I'll let you know, honestly, to move forward with them. So imagine how much more trust you're getting now, okay? How much more trust are you getting from your homeowners? Because at the end of the day, it's just telling them that it doesn't matter to me. Let me just look at it. Because if they're better than us, then I'll just let you know that they're better than us, right? But obviously, you're going to try to make you better than them, right? So, but again, if you can't beat it, right? Like for example, if you're competing against Tesla, right? Tesla was giving away panels, giving them all away. Every time you get in front of someone trying to sell Tesla panels. Tesla solar systems. I mean, the price per watt was like $2.30 all out the door, right? There's no way you're gonna make money, right? Obviously, you could tell them about customer service and this thing, this, that, and the other. But when you look at the discrepancy of Tesla, right, versus yours, actually Tesla versus yours proposal, your numbers and your price are going to be significantly higher. And it's very hard to compete against Tesla because they already got the brand recognition, right? But it's one of those things that let me take a look at it. Let me see apples to apples, and I'll give you my honest opinion. That's it. And absolutely, value is going to sell, right? I agree, Charlie. Once you're stacking value, value is going to sell. But again, you have to convey the value. Okay. Just like the car analogy, right? When you get a base, this is how much it costs. When you start adding on a navigation, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, now, it's going to help you get around town so you don't get lost. This one here has an AC. The other one here has a manual roll up, right? Oh, it looks like that you hurt your arm. Wow. I mean, you got a little cast on there. This one actually has the upgraded version has electronic windows, right? So I'm not sure if they even do that anymore. I'm just an example, right, guys? Some of you guys are in a car dealership. You're like, they don't make no fake. Does anybody know what this is? Or I'm just like giving away my age. Does anybody know what that is, right? Well, when I say this, right? When I'm talking about a car, or am I just giving away my age, right? Thanks, Charlie. Building value, absolutely. What's up, Tori? How are you guys? NEM3, right? NEM3 is all in my mind right now. How to navigate this one, okay? First and foremost, I mean, is it in your mind like a negative thing? Or your mind like a positive thing, right? Because at the end of the day, it's still going to be positive. At the end of the day, just to let you guys know, in California, they got NEM 3.0 that's going to be activated in April 14th. This is going to be a positive thing regardless. The government is not going to stop this train from moving. It's moving too dang fast and it's too dang big to stop, okay? Even if they try to stop it, it's going to take a while. Just like a train, it's going to take a while for a train to stop, right? It doesn't stop on a dime. And that's what they're trying to do in California, right? Because again, keep in mind, guys, this is $1 trillion. I think it's a don't quote me on this. It's like a $6 to $9 trillion energy industry, annual industry, trillion with a T. So obviously they're going to do whatever it's going to take to either stop or slow down the solar movement. But this locomotive is too dang big to stop. Does that make sense? So, Jason, don't worry about it. At this point, from now till April 14th, you should be excited. You should be crushing it, right? You should be able to retire from now to April 14th if you guys are selling strictly in California, okay? Because there is an urgency that has never been in place before ever in solar, especially in California. But after April 14th, this train will keep on moving, right? Either we add batteries because that's what it's gonna be bound to, right? At the end of the day, NEM 3.0, they're just not buying back the energy, right? And that's how solar works: is they have to buy back the energy when the homeowner wants it, they pull it out, right? So if they're eliminating that storage bank, that excess energy has to go somewhere, so it's gonna go in a battery. So don't worry about it. It's gonna go somehow in a battery. Yes, you may not get paid, $1 per watt anymore, right? It may go down to 75 cents a watt. Oh, poor us, right? It may go down even to 50 cents a watt. Oh, poor us. Okay. Now, instead of making $5,000, I'm making $3,000 for an hour-long consultation. You're just going to have to work a little harder, everybody, to really express the total value of going solar. Because if you're selling outside of California, and I've been guilty of this, I sold strictly in California. When I was selling 100%, I was strictly selling in California. And it's such an easy pitch because at the end of the day, the homeowner saves about 20, 30, 40% right out the gate, right? But when you step out of California, some of these other folks that are selling in Texas, Florida, Arkansas, Georgia, Oklahoma, Arizona, there's not an instant savings. So guess what? These guys are giving all the total value to a homeowner, even if their bill is the same, or sometimes their bill is going to go up, and they're still crushing it. So imagine if these guys that are crushing it in Texas actually steps in the California market, they'll kill it. They'll smash everybody there because they're used to selling value. So it's just one of those things that everybody in California sells in California needs to step it up even more. We can't just lean on, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you're going to save fucking $5 bajillion every single year, and you're going to save all this money right from the get-go. It ain't going to happen like that no more, right? Those days are gone after April 14th, but it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop the locomotive, right? It's a positive thing. A lot of folks, when I first heard of it and the policy got approved, I want to say for a good 30 minutes, I was like, damn, I was negative about it. But after like understanding like how big the solar movement is, there ain't going to be no policy, regulation, legislation that's going to stop this movement. And it's even more important, Jason, to learn how to sell solar virtually, right? Because that is the wave of the future, everybody. Learning how to sell solar virtually. Because guess what? Even if, right? And I don't see this happening. God forbid something happens in California where you can't sell solar anymore. Guess what? There's other states out there, 30 other states that are primed for solar. Okay. So to me, because I set my business up to sell solar virtually all around the country, it's just one little hiccup. It's like saying that if you have multiple streams of income, right? Say, for example, you have 7 streams of income, right? And they're all these income streams are doing really well. If one goes away, guess what? There's more, right? There's more. So it's one of those things, guys. If you guys aren't selling solar virtually, especially if you're in California, learn how to sell deals virtually. It's being done. It's 2023. Hello. You got Chat GPT freaking taking over freaking AI, right? You got technology. You got Zoom taking over the whole nation. I want to say I was watching the news. I don't really watch the news. It wasn't actually news. It was TikTok, and they were talking about how many businesses in San Francisco are closing down because in the pandemic they realized that they can still do their business online at home. So there's so many office buildings. I think 30% of office buildings in San Francisco are no longer going to be occupied because everybody's doing business online. Okay. So this is not a new thing. Selling solar virtually is not a new thing. It's not something that I made up, even though I've been doing it. My team's been doing it for over 8 years, right? It's not a new thing. So it's just one of those things that learning other ways to generate leads and opportunity and close deals, which is virtually, if you're tied to one market, right? You don't ever want to be tied to one market. You also don't want to be tied to one income stream, okay? So again, make sure you guys book your call, solarstrategycall.com. I actually had to jump on another call, but I guess I missed it. As far as Dylan, what's the best place to find out how many batteries a home would need? I would check out Solar Edge website. I would check that out. Hey, you're very welcome, Jason. I would check out Solar Edge. They have a calculator at Solar Edge website, and it gives you an idea, right? I got to get going, guys. Again, make sure you guys book your solar strategy call. I'll be on again, same bat time, same bat channel next week on Monday. So it is 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. Share this. Do me a favor, guys. 2 things. Share this channel with your friends and colleagues in your sales organization. And make sure if you guys aren't following me on TikTok, make sure you guys follow me on TikTok, right? I got to get 1,000 followers on TikTok because I want to go live on there as well. Follow me on TikTok, James the Solar Energy Expert. All right, guys, follow me on TikTok. I'll gladly appreciate it. Other than that, make sure you guys book your call again, solarstrategycall.com, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out, everybody. Go close some deals. Go yappa, yappa, yappa.